Before sunrise, the coffee house was already surrounded. Some people had left home in the middle of the night. Others were refreshing an online store, watching a checkout screen as if they were trying to buy concert tickets. But the prize was not a ticket. It was not rare coffee. It did not even contain a drink. It was a glass cup shaped like a bear. In November 2025, Starbucks released the Glass Barista Cold Cup for $29.95. It wore a tiny green beanie. A striped straw emerged from its head, and in many stores, it disappeared almost immediately. Starbucks later said the cup sold out in less than a day. By January, the Associated Press found an authentic one offered on eBay for $119.99, 4 times the original price, for an empty container. So what exactly was inside that cup? To answer that, you have to go back more than 30 years, long before TikTok, before mobile ordering, and before anyone imagined adults hunting for a glass bear at 5 in the morning. In 1994, Starbucks introduced its City Mug Collector Series. A mug from Seattle was not just a mug. It was evidence that you had been to Seattle. London, Bangkok, and Paris became pieces of a set. The product did something coffee could never do. Coffee vanished in minutes. The mug remained on a shelf for years. It carried a place, a memory, and a recognizable brand into the customer's home. Starbucks kept developing that idea through skyline mugs, architecture collections, hand-drawn city series, seasonal cups, tumblers, and collaborations. The designs changed, but the mechanism stayed remarkably stable. Buy a drink, and Starbucks enters your morning. Buy a cup, and Starbucks enters your kitchen, your car, your desk, your vacation photographs, and perhaps your display cabinet. The object becomes a portable piece of the coffee house. This matters because Starbucks has never competed only on liquid. Coffee can be made cheaply at home. It can be bought from a gas station, a diner, a local cafe, or another chain. Starbucks built its advantage by wrapping coffee in a system of names, customization, atmosphere, ritual, and recognition. A familiar green cup on a stranger's desk can communicate taste, routine, and membership before the person says anything. The reusable cup makes that signal durable. It does not disappear when the latte is finished. And then, Starbucks gave the signal a face. The barista was instantly understandable. It resembled a familiar honey bear container, but transformed it into a character. Transparent belly, rounded paws, tiny hat. A straw where an idea of a thought bubble might be. You did not need to read a product description. You could recognize it across a room, or inside a vertical video viewed for half a second. That is important online. A normal tumbler can be attractive. A bear-shaped cup can become the subject of the post. People could film themselves finding it, unboxing it, missing it, reselling it, mocking it, or asking every store in town whether one remained. The product was useful, but usefulness was no longer the main event. Then came scarcity. Starbucks promoted the barista as limited merchandise. Stores received small quantities, and customers quickly encountered empty shelves and sold-out signs. The company said demand exceeded even its expectations. There is no public evidence that Starbucks deliberately created the shortage. But once the shortage existed, it changed how the product was perceived. Marketing research has repeatedly found that limited quantity messages can make products feel more unique and more valuable. Scarcity removes the comfortable option of deciding later. A cup available next month is a purchase. A cup that might disappear in 10 minutes is a decision you must make now. And an empty shelf adds another message. Other people wanted this too. That creates a strange loop. Demand causes a sellout. The sellout becomes evidence of demand. That evidence attracts more attention to the next release. The customers who succeeded posted proof. The customers who failed posted frustration. Resellers posted prices. Every outcome created more content for the same object. Starbucks sold the cup once. The internet sold the story repeatedly. The secondary market made the contradiction even sharper. Starbucks received $29.95 at retail. A later seller could ask 4 times that amount, and Starbucks would receive none of the markup. On the surface, that looks like money left on the table. But the resale price performed another job. It publicly suggested that the cup was worth more than Starbucks had charged. Even people who would never buy one now knew it was difficult to obtain. The empty cup had acquired a second ingredient, proof of scarcity. Then, Starbucks connected that attention to something much larger than merchandise, the loyalty system. In March 2026, Starbucks reorganized rewards into green, gold, and reserve levels. Reserve members received first access to Starbucks Shop, an online destination for exclusive merchandise, apparel, and coffee. Later releases used that access more directly. The Miffy collaboration included reserve-exclusive items and early shopping access. The Pink Barista release also used member access before its wider store launch. By Starbucks' fiscal second quarter of 2026, its 90-day active rewards membership in the United States had reached a record 35.6 million. Not all of those people wanted a bear, but a collectible drop gives customers another reason to open the app, check their status, visit the shop, and return to the brand between ordinary coffee orders. The cup is not merely a product, it can also be an appointment. This does not mean Starbucks has secretly become a merchandise company. Its fiscal 2025 filing shows beverages produced 73% of company-operated store sales. Food contributed 23%. The remaining 4% included serveware, packaged coffee and tea, ready-to-drink products, and other items. Starbucks does not separately disclose barista revenue, and there is no basis for claiming cups generate most of its profit. The strategic value is broader than the sale itself. A successful collectible can create a store visit, a social post, an app login, a loyalty upgrade, a gift purchase, and a fresh reason to think about a familiar brand. That became especially valuable while Starbucks was trying to make itself feel culturally relevant again. The company had entered a turnaround called Back to Starbucks. It was investing in staffing, speed, seating, and the coffeehouse experience after a difficult period of weaker traffic and store closures. During the holiday quarter that included the first barista, U.S. comparable sales rose 4% and transactions rose 3%. Starbucks described the cup as a lucky extra during a record holiday launch week, not the sole cause of the improvement, but a visible piece of the momentum. Then the company treated the accident as a strategy. Collaborations with Hello Kitty, Peanuts, Miffy, and other properties followed the same intersection of fandom and coffee. Pink Vibes merchandise extended the identity of the viral pink drink into objects people could carry. And in July 2026, the bear returned in pink. According to Starbucks, the limited edition Pink Barista mostly sold out across North America by 7 in the morning on launch day. The first bear had not been a random holiday curiosity. It had revealed a repeatable machine. But machines create pressure. Customers reported arriving early, only to discover that a store had received very few cups. Baristas described constant phone calls, accusations, and anger over inventory they did not control. Starbucks apologized after the original launch and acknowledged that demand had exceeded expectations. Scarcity can make an object special. Too much scarcity can make the experience feel unfair. Resellers intensify the problem. The person who wants a cup because it marks a memory competes with the person who wants it because the next buyer may pay more. And Starbucks faces a difficult balance. Produce far more cups and the resale frenzy may fade. Produce too few, and customers may conclude that the brand values attention more than their time. Research also warns that limited editions do not work automatically. Scarcity can increase desire for people seeking uniqueness, but it can reduce emotional value or create resentment for others. The same sold-out sign can say two opposite things. To one customer, you found something special. To another, this was never meant for you. So why are people fighting over Starbucks cups? Not because the cups hold coffee better than every alternative. They are fighting over timing, identity, belonging, memory, status, and the satisfaction of obtaining something other people could not. The cup is a souvenir from a place you visit every day. It is a character you can carry. It is a loyalty badge without a uniform. And when supply disappears, it becomes evidence that you arrived before the crowd. That is what was inside the empty glass bear. 30 years of collector habits, a globally recognizable ritual, a social media-ready design, a sold-out sign, and a brand learning that sometimes its most powerful product is not the coffee people drink, but the object they refuse to leave without.